You chose the perfect time to reform the Haradrim, Tyrion. Sure.
Okay, so I'm still talking away. I still don't understand why it's... Because when we did it with the... Oh, so you can hear me now? Right. Why can't I see... Because this is kind of important. Otherwise, I can't reply to people's freaking messages. So... Why... Still saying it's offline. That's where I wonder...
It might be because you can't be logged into both.
That shouldn't make a difference, should it? Like, can you hear me at all? I don't even... Hi, Martin Ortiz. I remember you. To be honest, I'm just testing the PlayStation. This is the first time we've tried to stream with this as well. So there's going to be a bit of teething issues, I guess, because for one thing, I can't actually see it on my own YouTube channel. How are you, Martin? How did you do that?
I just went back to YouTube, my channel, YouTube videos.
Add me on PS. Oh, okay. I'll do that soon, but for the moment I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. So it's good to see this is actually working. Okay. Just bear with me. Can you guys hear the game itself? Oh, that'd be awesome if you can, Martin. I've got a mate here that he's the one that actually... Oh, you received an invitation. How do I do... Oh, I've got to warn you guys, I'm not very good with the... Oh, you can hear the game. Is it too loud or is it okay? And Lurk, also, I saw your invite, but I'm going to have to get my friend to help me accept that. I'm just, I don't use the PlayStation much. It's perfect, I can hear the game and you. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I was, messages of following player, added a player to one of your groups. Okay, so I'm not sure if you just added me Yeah, I know it's here, Lurk. Just wait for my mate to do his thing. Because... I'm going to try something else as well here, just to see if that's going to be annoying or not. Wow, so you can hear me and you can hear that. Now, hopefully you'll be able to hear some music shortly as well. But it might, I don't know if it's annoying to have music over the top of the gameplay. Like I said, we're just testing things. So sorry if I'm go a bit quiet every now and again and don't really know what I'm doing. And by the way, do either of you have this game or you don't? I'm not even sure if you can play online at the same time or what the go is. The other thing I'd ask is, does the gameplay seem like it's fairly smooth, or is it halting quite a bit? Oh, you don't have the game. Okay, it's perfect. I can hear the game. Okay. I don't know if I should just be doing a bit of gameplay at this point. And what about the... Oh, it is good. And what about the music? Is that annoying? Because when it came to the Clash of Clans stuff, I was going to have the game volume off, but then have music playing in the background instead. So I'm just testing that now as well. I've got a bit of a soundtrack going. But I don't know if that's going to be annoying or what. So just let me know with that one too. I was also trying to get my mate to come here and do his stuff. He's gone off for a second. Yep, beautiful. Thank you. While I don't know what I'm doing at all, even in this game I'm probably going to struggle a little bit. It's been a while since it's actually been months since I've used the PlayStation. Okay. Pretty much the only other... We've got a few games here, but I've only ever played two, which is this one and Call of Duty. There's a couple of Call of Duty games, but I kind of prefer playing with someone rather than on my own.
Look there.
Hold down the circle bottom in the middle of your controller and go to notify. The circle bottom in the middle of... Oh, the one that's got the P on it? Okay, I don't know if you can hear me or what's going on, but I'm trying to accept Lurk's invitation at the moment. Destiny. Oh, hello, Lurk. Hey, how you doing? So, yeah, good. So, does this mean that this is still streaming even though you can't see anything, or? Do you mean you can hear me on YouTube or you can hear me on the place? Oh, you can still. Okay, was that the only thing I had to do for this part? Oh, so you're actually talking on YouTube as well, is it? So, do I go back to watch broadcast? No, I don't do that. Oh, I'm such a techno-tard. So once I've accepted your party setting, did I have to accept anything else, or that was it? Sorry? Sorry, say that again. I am. God, I think it might be. I've just got one of those. Well, I don't want to say crappy microphone for this, but it's the one that comes with the PlayStation. I do have another one here that I can try to see if it's any better. If I unplug that, is that going to... yeah, this one's got a... yeah, this one's got the mouthpiece type microphone. Alright, hang on. It's not going to destroy anything if I just unplug one and plug in the other, yeah? Alright, give me a second. Okay, is that one better? Oh, it's way better. Alright, well that's good then. Okay, and what's the... is that music in the background annoying? Oh, you can't hear it at all. Okay. Alright, do people find it annoying just to have people talking and the gameplay, or... because I know it's that way with Clash of Clans, it's like that. When I played it back, it was very annoying to listen to the gameplay, you know what I mean? Yeah, Diablo 3 Dark Souls, I think it's called. Is that, but that's not too loud at the moment?
I need fury.
Or it is annoying. Oh, not annoying.
We will all perish.
Alright, and then what happens if it was Call of Duty?
The hero in the cage. Lead on.
Not enough fury.
You need what? Oh, as in the gameplay sound? Oh, okay. And say, how does the, what do you call it, like, what you invited me to, how does that work that you can be on the stream without being in the game? Oh, really? God, I'm so... Which one? I've heard of that. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard of it. All right.
More fury.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, like, being a gamer channel or no, we're probably not going to be spending money on games just to try and get the popularity. The other thing is I'm not even sure that we're good enough to get an audience doing that sort of thing. Is yeah, well that's right, and we're also, well, maybe not stink pants, but I'm too cheap. It's like, even with the Call of Duty games, it's like, nah, just get the old ones. I'm still happy with that. You don't want to pay that ridiculous, I don't know, how much are they for the really popular new games in the States? Right, so we pay more than double that. It's like 120, 130, I think. Yeah. So I don't know why people would want to, I mean, I know why they do it, but to me it's sort of not really justifiable to spend that much money on a game. My what? I think around 70 something. Yeah, Martin, I'd... Aussie, AUS dollar. Yeah, that's hopefully the plan, Martin. Although I should let you both know now that the next video that we're up that we're looking at doing other things as well, just to keep ourselves entertained. A little bit of gaming's not bad, but I honestly prefer playing games with other people rather than doing it on my own. So I get a little bit bored doing this sort of stuff. I don't know, I've got a mate over here that I don't know where he is at the moment. He's disappeared. I was trying to get him. I actually want to switch the game to the I can't remember which version it is, but one of the Call of Duty ones where you can do the split screen. He gets... Hey? Yeah, well that's it. I've just got to wait for him to come back. I don't know where he disappeared to. But, yeah, hopefully that's the plan, Martin. But we've been getting a lot of views lately, but not so good when it comes to the actual subs. They sort of stopped for a little bit there. I've been advertising, but just getting the views and the subs, which kind of not so good. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with YouTube, because we were shocked as well, and it's corrected itself now. So the views on that's actually gone down. It's gone down to 50 or 60, something like that. So, and we weren't getting any watch time or anything like that. So I don't know what happened on YouTube's end, but they did fix it. So yeah, I was quite shocked. But I don't know if you noticed, I've put subtitles on everything in like 70, 80 languages. So I was wondering when I was doing that, because I had to do it one at a time, whether that was adding to the view count when it shouldn't.
I won't do that.
Oh, the last 3 or 4 suggestions have all related to Town Hall 9s, which is, we can do it. We've got Town Hall 9s in the clan, but it's a matter of getting them to upload stuff and also upload the stuff that people are asking for. And I've had to say to everyone, like, apologies if it takes a while, because I've got, I think, 4 something videos on the go at the moment, just trying to satisfy what our plan is on top of what people actually want. So yeah, it's going to take a little while to get everything done, but that's sort of why I haven't spoken to you lately, Lurk, but just been really busy trying to get that stuff done. Hopefully producing a little bit better quality uploads as well. Now, what do you want me to... Sorry. Yeah, I saw that. If he'd replied and said, thanks, that's all I needed, I probably would have left it as is, but it allows us to get more content anyway, I suppose. The good thing with people asking for stuff means that it gives us something to actually do rather than having to keep come up with things, so it's not too bad. Now, right, I'm actually struggling to hear you a little bit over the gameplay.
I won't do that. We used to be quite addicted to this game, but Stinkpants isn't playing it lately, she's too busy. No way.
The prophet would be pleased.
For a game.
Am I too loud? Am I too quiet?
A little bit too quiet. I can hear you when there's no game noise, but when things are attacking or whatever, it starts to get a little bit. Again, have you asked me? Oh, it's at max now, is it?
I can't.
I might have to figure out how to turn the gameplay sound down on my end, because it is. I can hear you as long as I'm not doing anything, but once it starts playing, it gets a little bit hard. Now, Martin, have you asked me that question before? Because this is probably the fourth or fifth time we've been asked this question. And the answer is, we'll tell you one day, but not yet. So there is sort of a short little story behind it, but we're hoping to build up a little bit of suspense. Because the funny... because you've asked it as well. Oh no, you haven't. Well, then you're number 5 or 6 that's asked that now. So yeah, we will say it one day, but for now, I'm kind of happy and not happy that we've decided to really make something out of the names themselves. Because it looks like people either really love the names or they really hate the names, and we were hoping that most people would just find them funny and that's about it. But no, some people like to give us a bit of, I guess the haters or whatever you call them, they like to have a go at it, saying that they're ridiculous or you should be shot or whatever for having such names. But if you've watched a few of the videos, you can see that we've got the characters being introduced, and hopefully that will get developed a bit more over time. The only one, so you'll find out one day. But we're hoping to get a bit bigger of a community happening. I don't want to say fans or anything, because we don't really look at ourselves that way, but just people that that we get to know you in your life, you get to know us in ours, sort of thing, and then one day we'll tell the story.
Why are you so far?
So it'll happen one day. I've actually got a video planned for it, but that one's going to take quite some time to develop, because there's a lot of artwork and things that is involved, and we're not doing it ourselves. So the people that we work with are overseas as well, so it takes a bit of planning and organisation to get that far. You'll find out one day. I'm glad that you don't hate them, do you, Martin? Are they annoying names to you, or funny, or what? Jesus, okay, no, so we'll keep going.
That's the last of those shrieking little
I
devils.
called AT first. AT? I'm not sure what AT means.
They're all dead and we're not. I'd call that a win, eh?
Oh, I
Roll
called
this
it
bridge.
first.
Go
Yeah,
on.
well,
You're the Demon Lord's head to put on a
how do I put that one? Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, look at us, but when we started and looked at how to get subscribers and how to grow a channel and all of that kind of stuff, I've come across probably by now hundreds, if not thousands of tiny channels. And a lot of the subscribers we have are tiny channels as well. With that, they tend to make the same mistakes which we're trying to avoid. Not finished yet, so bear with me. Now, for you, did you want a nickname, or if I call you something? Do you care if it's Mr. what I normally call you? You don't? What about for Call of Duty? Mr.
I didn't want to come and play games. Why don't you just sit home and sit here and play games?
Hey, language. Alright, so I've got no filter here. Hopefully you didn't hear any of that. Yeah. Not that we're monetized anyway, but...
What do you care about?
Hey, stop. Okay, that's not me. That is a different voice. You're funny. Alright, sit here and... well, I'll go and check the other thing, but you have to... Because it's... what do you call it? Streaming at the moment. I have to... If you want me to bring it in here, I have to do it a certain way. Otherwise, it's going to cut everything off. So, sit here and entertain, but don't swear. My God.
Tell them all your personal private details. Do you want to know? Hello, whoever's here, I have no idea. What? Let's see if I can get him killed.
More fury.
Someone older.
Come on, Mr. Muzz, you're going to be famous. Keep him entertained. Alright, Martin, thanks for joining us. You have a fantastic day. And we'll see you again soon. Sorry about that, Lurk. I had to go do something else for a second there. Sorry, what was that? Again, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're sort of learning as we go, basically, but trying to at least... The one thing that people don't really do is try and promote whatever they've got. And then on top of that, they just tend to create, particularly if it's a gaming channel, they just create a lot of content that's just, it's garbage. Like, I wouldn't want to sit through it for more than a couple of minutes. I suppose if they're really good, but by the same token, you'd have to know what the game is. And a lot of the time I don't know what the game is anyway, so I can't really follow what they're doing, and they're not explaining what they're doing either. So it's hard to draw audience in, or, you know, they might have, if they're doing a live stream, they're not talking much, or they're just every now and again just saying subscribe, and it's a bit off-putting to me. But I've come across some really cool ones as well, so I don't want to say it's all bad. There's good stuff there too. Right. Actually, I'll ask you as well, do you play Call of Duty, or...? But hang on. Right. If you've got a PlayStation though, and you want to join one of those online Call of Duties where you're playing with other players, do you have to pay for a subscription for that? Oh, you do? And it...
Get back!
Right. And how much do you normally pay for it? $60 a year. I'm so tight. The reality is we just don't play PlayStation.
I wish I could do that.
None. Sorry, not the stream, the download. Alright.
That's why I played Fortnite for a little while, because it was
Right. So then you stopped playing after a while, or? Yeah, I don't understand why that game's so popular. For the graphics, the way it is as well, it's the shoot 'em up games I quite enjoy, but that one doesn't look like it's that much fun as a shoot 'em up game, mainly because of the graphics.
The thing is with me, it's like, the game is based on, the reason I play it is the game is based on luck.
Do you think?
Because there's this thing, it's based on bloom, so you can be aimed at someone, have a little dot on them, right, and shoot. Even when the thing's aimed on them, you're not guaranteed to hit the dot.
Really?
You have to look up on YouTube, why Fortnite, that's like, why Fortnite can't be a
Impossible.
You have to look at it.
But then how do those guys like Ninja or whatever get such a name for themselves to be like a Fortnite champion or whatever they're called?
Because he was the best early on. He mastered building.
No way.
Right. Right.
Every Twitch subscriber.
You get paid just to have a subscriber on Twitch?
Yeah, it's a paid subscription.
Oh, they pay you, is it?
They pay, yeah.
Right. Actually, on that note as well, can you stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time? Or you can't do that?
I don't know how to. I know you can though.
Right. On the PlayStation, it gives you the option of one or the other. But I was thinking, well, if you can do it, you might as well do it. You know what I mean? But I have no idea how to use Twitch. Either I'm struggling just to use YouTube.
Yeah, don't use Twitch. Don't split your audiences unless you're big. It's still retarded.
I love the fact you say once. If it ever.
No, because say okay,
Impossible.
Yep.
You will against my blows.
That's true.
Look out! They've been circling for hours.
I won't do that.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with more ideas to. The one thing that I don't want to do that
I can't.
we know would actually help the channel and let us grow is to, follow the trends and talk about people that we really don't want to talk about. That's why I was asking you the other day about those Paul brothers. I mean, you just put them in the title, you're going to get views. But it's not really... Yeah. Yeah, they did. I watched it. And... Yeah. I've got to be careful. Yeah, well, that's what my mate was saying as well, that it sounds like it might have been rigged based on the betting. He was saying he actually had he didn't bet, but he had a look at the odds on the fight, and the best odds were if the Logan and KSI were a draw. So if one or the other one, there was no money to be made, but if it was a draw, there was a lot of money to be made. So he's saying it's rigged. I said I think it was rigged for a different reason. If you have a draw, then it's guaranteed that they're going to have another fight, and that's just more money. But that's the thing, like, that's a good example. You can say, all right, now that the fight's over, if you put up a reaction video or re-upload it or do whatever you do, you're guaranteed to get views doing that. But it's not something that we really... I'd rather create a environment where people are going to grow, even little kids. As they get older, they're going to mature and realise that the stuff that they watched when they were younger is kind of trash when they get older. I don't know if that'll work, because it's very, very slow growing at the moment. I suppose the small channels would say we've grown pretty quick, but the amount of effort that I'm putting in, it seems slow to me.
I won't do that.
Stand fast, men! More are on their way!
Yeah, how do they do it?
No way.
and they'll just sit
Must
there
be
and
the
watch
hero
whatever's
I've been hearing
being
so much about. Well, not like
uploaded.
that. We couldn't have made it through this without you.
Right. So then what? I'll go on.
Still recharging.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And that's, I mean, ideally that's the kind of people that we want to attract anyway, is, you know, decent moral people. I don't really care if there's, you get popularity from people that like bullying on the internet or whatever, that mentality. You see it in Clash of Clans all the time as well. There's just people that want to be idiots online, and I'd rather not have them watching anything that we do. But I know the people that we have attracted are all very nice, but it's just hard to find them. All right, yeah, it's a bit of a fine line though, that they have to do it when they're being sponsored. They don't have a choice, but it's. Yeah, well, that's true too, isn't it? Yeah, I saw a video like that last night where the guy did it 3 or 4 times in his upload. He only need to do it once. And also noticed those bigger guys on Clash of Clans. I can't remember the name, and I probably shouldn't mention it on a stream anyway, but I checked one of his videos once, and it was, I think, maybe a 10-minute one, and the ads were coming every 2 minutes, something like that. I just think that's kind of ridiculous. For the type of content you're producing, is it really, who's going to sit through that? But I guess some people do. I mean, if we get monetized, yeah, we're going to put ads on, but you're not going to be, I wouldn't be putting that many. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Right. Yeah, it's sort of, that's the other thing that my mate was saying, that when they drag those videos out deliberately just to hit whatever, the 10 minutes on the algorithm I don't think really applies anymore, because there's a few people saying that because there was so much garbage content, the algorithm had changed as a result. I don't know if any of that's true, it's just sort of what people post, but hopefully at least with us, people do notice that whatever the length of the video is what it's going to be. We don't try to make it longer or shorter. The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. Can you still see the game work? Oh, you can. I know what that message was all about. Odd. Everyone's just going around smashing things.
recommended. Recommended refundable above.
Yeah, the question is how?
Not
How
ready yet.
how does that happen?
Don't get demonetized, you get lucky.
Well, the good news is we haven't been monetized, so that's not a problem. And I do believe there's a bit of luck involved, but we sort of... I'm a bit of a believer, right or wrong, that you need to have at least one good video that gets shared a bit. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to come from Clash of Clans. It's got to come from something else that we do that people think is funny or good or amusing, and then hopefully that'll work.
Died out real quick in my opinion. Content-wise.
Well, yeah, and that's... But I think that's what hopefully gives us an advantage. I haven't watched a huge amount of videos from other content creators when it comes to it, but the ones that I have watched, they don't really put in any effort at all. Whereas if you have a look at what we did, there is quite a bit of effort going into what we're doing. It takes a lot longer than what people would think as well. They might just think, oh, that's pretty easy. Because gamers, you know, I'm not making disparaging remarks about any gamers. Good on them for uploading content, but for the most part, they look pretty lazy to me. They don't put in much effort into what they do. So I'm hoping that that actually helps us, that people will recognise, oh, not just talking but showing, like, well, this is how you do this. And with each upload, like for the ones that you provided, it might not seem like much, but there was a fair bit of effort that went into the witch slap one. Yeah, and it's not, you can't do it in like a minute or two. It does take time to do that sort of thing. And I had a look at a few other witch slap videos. They didn't do any of that. And I'm not sure that it helps people unless they explain really clearly what's going on. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about all of it. But that's kind of what I'm banking on anyway. That it'll make a bit of...
You say you put the four, with the two healers. Sometimes people need to like their visual level.
So do you think it's better to do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The more effort, like, people appreciate the more effort.
Great challenge lies before us.
If you look at like people that like
Alright. Yeah. I've never really watched Ninja's streams. Does he do that or he just plays? He does what?
people that like people unsubscribe for you.
Oh.
He's mostly Twitch, and then he say he finds and then he gets a game with it and posts on YouTube to make the stream highlight.
Right.
So if you say you watch a stream and he picks a good game out of that stream,
Oh, really? So I guess what I should ask you,
I cannot open this.
because I've got to stay in touch with the youth of today, and given that you're from the States as well, what are kids into? What is it that they find entertaining and enjoyable to watch? Because they are like the it's all Fortnite. Everyone's saying. But do you watch other content, or is it just all gaming and pranks and all of this? I think you're a little bit different though. Like, yeah, you're a bit smarter and a nicer guy, and you know, I don't think you're like the standard. I don't know what the masses do, because they're like they're the driving force in YouTube, which is good in a way, but it's also it's kids. Say that again. Right. Well, that's good, because you certainly don't want to make it about gaming. But my mate asked as well, like, what sort of music are the kids into these days? Savage. 21 Savage, never heard of them. Oh no, it's not that so much as let's say we do covers of songs, like we would need to learn those songs. On Vivo. Yeah, I will actually do that. I think that I've got a playlist that's set to private though. There's a guy that does. Murray, don't forget I'm talking to a 15-year-old kid. So, do you know who Jim Jeffries is? No, okay. He's funny, he's Australian, but I don't know if I should be recommending that sort of comedian to a kid.
Look up Long Beach Griffey.
Long Beach Griffey.
If you want to look up Long Beach Griffey and watch a couple of his videos, that's what I want. It's
I think I already told you though that we've had this conversation about how I'm not going to fly to his country to do anything bad to him. Not that I'd do that anyway, but yeah, he's got no worries. We're good people. Yeah, do you know who 42 is? Muzz? He produced this awesome video about why the music of today is such garbage. I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch that. And the actual reasoning behind it is extremely solid. I think his research is quite good. And so there's a number of there's a number of reasons that he gave, but one of the big ones was a lot of the music surprisingly comes from two different writers. There's one guy in the UK and one guy in the States, and they do something like 60 or 70% of all of the music that you hear on the radio. So if it's coming from... Yeah, they don't... Plus they don't care. They really don't care whether you're providing good or bad. Yeah.
There's a couple of guys who are responsible for huge numbers of hits. They produce they can't be published. It's up to these on-page guys who basically just control what's pushed to its market.
Yeah, that's right. Can you actually hear my friend talking, or you can't? Barely. Yeah, okay. Thought that might be the case. Alright, so it looks like, at least with the PlayStation, that's a very easy stream, and because it's on cable, it's going to have a very good connection. So that's an easy one. But we are streaming at the wrong time of the day as well, aren't we? This must be like middle of the night for you, is it, Lurk? Yeah, no, it's late for him. Like, what, 2 or 3 in the morning, something like that? 12:49. Yeah. Jeez, I forget how to check things in this. Oh, there you go. How do I... Oh, there you go. Jeez, it's been a long time since I've played any of this. Ah, I've just picked up, it's all garbage. It's all garbage to be sold, nothing to keep. Oh, and if you'd logged in, Muzz, look at what I've got for you somewhere, if I can remember how to do it. How do I do it? No. Where do I find that? Mailbox. Is it that one? Cache. Oh, that's right. No, go back here. And then come over Treasury. Is it that one? Look at that. Yeah, the rabbits chewed into them. Yep. And he was saying, should I get rid of them? Well, why don't you sew them up? And she said, I have. Twice. Look at all of those gifts I've got for you, Mister. I'm just not interested. Oh, I wanted to do a bit of Call of Duty with you. How about some of that?
Did you forget to eat again?
No. In fact, I decided...
No, I'm talking to my mate.
Play the same game from I'm on my machine, my place, still on yours at your place, and play that way, or whether we have to do the same machine.
You have to... No, you can do it. Oh, what, the split screen one, though?
The same thing, split screen, but from 2 different PlayStations rather than the one PlayStation.
One, you'd have to have the game, which you don't.
Oh yeah, you have to have the game, but can you do it that way, or does it...
How do I stop this stream now, by the way?
Let's go share, broadcast settings.
Share with that one.
Well, you press the share button, you're there already. Broadcast settings.
Is it that one?
No.
That one?
Yeah,
It's the one on the left.
Oh, stop broadcasting.